Alright guys, we've got the Aurora, the Q39. Got a nice day out here in Western Canada. We had a few days of rain there, so I hadn't been able to get it out for a test run yet. But today is the day. There's a little bit of an instruction that we have to do here to get this thing calibrated. So what you do is you turn the drone on, then you turn the controller on, up and down on the sticks, and then what you need to do is in on both sticks, and we should be calibrated right there. We're gonna get that app hooked up. So we go into our Wi-Fi settings, and we're going to be using the HD 720p BCA B6. And then we're going to go into our app here. Our app is the FHD FPV. And you hit the play on the app, and there we go. I did forget to bring the mount for the controller, so I won't be using that. But we can get a good sense on what we're looking at here. Okay guys, so we've got the Aurora Q39. This is the Wi-Fi Mavic clone here that we're going to be throwing up in the air right now for a test run. We've got it hooked up to the Wi-Fi app. We are bound, we're ready to go, everything's calibrated. We hit the automatic takeoff button, which fires up the motors, and we're going to go up on the left throttle stick. And we're going to just trim it out here a bit. Get it out in front of me there. We got full trim functions on this this drone here. We're hovering pretty nice there now. Get a look at the front of it here. It's kind of a cool looking drone. I like the look of it there. So let's take this thing for a little run. This is rate 1, by the way. It's got a pretty heavy pitch on rate 1 there. This thing's actually pretty smooth to fly. Not bad at all. I'll try to keep the sun out of the camera here. So we switched over to rate 2 now, and just even more aggressive pitch there. Actually, get it back over here. It moves pretty good in rate 2. Take it around the goalpost over there and bring it back in. Not bad at all. That moves pretty good. Okay, we're going to stick it in rate 3. We're in rate 3 now. And rate 3's got a very aggressive pitch to it. You gotta watch your altitude in rate 3 there. Yeah, the wind is significantly picked up here. As you can see, I'm in rate 1 right now, and I can barely get the drone back here. Rate 2, no problem. Rate 3, I'm fighting it, no problem there. So I'm having a little bit of an issue showing you guys the yaw rate. I think the wind's, I'll keep it a little lower here and we'll try it. Okay, we're back in rate 1. Rate 2, rate 3. So rate 2 and 3's yaw rates are almost identical. Rate 1 is quite slow. We're gonna put it in headless mode. Let's see how headless mode works. Headless mode seems to work just fine. I'm going to take it out of, I'm going to put in rate 2 for this, just so we don't have such an aggressive pitch. And as you can hear, I almost took myself out there, but the transmitter does beep when you're in headless mode. Now I'm going to take it out a ways. This does have return to home, so I'd like to check that out. I'm going to hit the return to home button, which I just did, and it is coming back not quite towards me. I did take over there. I think the wind is playing a little bit of havoc on that. We'll take it out to the goalpost there. And now let's hit that return to home button, which I did. I'm not holding the controller, and it's coming straight back to me. I'm not sure if it stops or not, or if it just keeps going. Sorry about the sun there, guys. No, it just keeps going. So your return to home is just bringing it back towards the transmitter. Doesn't necessarily stop, but it does bring you back from where you were. And let's do a little bit of sorry, I'm trying to rush through this, guys. I just don't want the wind to pick up anymore. I'm going to stick it in rate 3, and we're going to see where we can get it out to. Hopefully I don't have it fly away on me here. So we did make it to the other end of the soccer field there, no problem. It does advertise 80 meters, and I would say that's pretty much spot on. Again, it's hard to see for me way over there. Rate 3 was a little bit too aggressive, so we're putting rate 2. I should be able to control it a bit better. And we made it over to the other goalpost there. And let's try the return to home from there. Okay, I've hit the return to home. It is coming back. I'm not holding anything on the controls. Basically, your return to home doesn't necessarily come straight back. It just comes straight backwards, it looks like. And other thing we can do here is on the controller, I believe we can take pictures. So let's go up, let's take a snapshot. Actually gonna bring it, I have the camera kind of facing straight ahead. We'll keep it at that. Let's get a little altitude here. And with hitting the camera icon button, we can take pictures. The lights do flash on the drone, so I'm assuming pictures are being taken. Yes, so we're gonna take a few pictures here. And I believe the front lights flash and the LEDs flash at the same time on the bottom. Okay, so now it's gonna let it hover there for a sec, and it's holding its position just nicely. Wind is pushing a bit, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit the video. You cannot do video from the controller. We're gonna hit the video. It shows me taking video now through the app, so we're gonna see if that video, quality of that video. I do apologize, I should have the mount for the phone, so I am not able to see what we're videotaping here, but I am able to record still. And this thing just zips in rate 3. It's actually pretty quick. And that was actually rate 2, sorry. Rate 2 is pretty quick. I'm in rate 3 now. Do some barrel rolls. You know, I'm quite impressed with this drone. I didn't know what to expect. This is actually my first time taking it up in the air here. And I am getting, looks like an LVC. No, sorry, that's not correct. I'm not getting an LVC. When it's recording, I'll bring it down here so we can take a look here. I'm just gonna get us out of the sun here. Excuse the shaky video. When it's recording, if you can see the front eyeballs, I'll call them, the front LEDs there are in fact blinking, which is telling me that I am recording video. As well, all the LEDs actually are blinking. So let's see how steady of a video we can take here. Take it nice and slow in rate 1. We'll try to be easy on the sticks and see what our video quality is when we're actually paying attention and trying to take a good quality video. Bring it back towards me here. Take it for one more run. Let's go through the goalpost this time. And obviously we were having an LVC. It does not beep, I guess. I thought we were recording there, but well, we are recording. We took a couple minutes of video there. I'm gonna stop my video so we don't lose it. I'm going to I was under the impression that all the lights would blink when you're videotaping, but that's obviously not the case. It was an LVC. The drone did land itself. I did not land it, and I only have one battery, so that's all we can that's all we're going to be able to fly today and test it out. Alright guys, I'm back in with the Aurora Q39, and I must say I had an absolute delight flying this one. This drone actually exceeded my expectations with how well it actually handled, and with the 3 rates of speed, it was just fantastic. It was quite windy out there, you know, it had quite a breeze out there at times where I was flying, and in that second, and especially in that 3rd rate of speed, you wouldn't even notice. That was great. Another nice thing was all functions that we tested out worked flawlessly. Everything trimmed out nice with the trim buttons. We used the headless mode, worked great. Return to home worked great. We tried that out a couple times. We threw the drone out to the other end of the field, and it basically hit that return to home, and it started heading back our way. That worked great. I was happy with that. They advertised this drone as max range, you know, around 80 meters, 80 plus meters. Well, I'm pretty sure we took it out that far, and I had no issues bringing that back in or controlling it. So that was great. Nice strong connection there with this drone. We use the camera button. Now, while that app is open, you're able to use the camera button on the transmitter to take your still photos. What we did find out is it looks like you have to use the actual app itself to initiate your videos. So we were able to do both of those, and you know, the functions itself work great. Now, another thing we didn't try out, there's a couple things actually we didn't test out. We didn't test out the flip function, didn't get around to that. And I didn't test out anything near to what its max altitude would be. We probably took it up about 50 feet when we were taking the still photos. That was great. I wasn't really comfortable taking it up any higher. This drone is weighing in at 144 grams, so it's quite light. So I didn't want to risk having that wind pick it and, you know, basically take the drone away on me. So, but that's fine. Another thing we didn't test out, you can fly this drone with the app only using your cell phone or your smartphone. We didn't do that. I'm not really big into doing that. If I have a transmitter for a drone, I want to use the transmitter. I only want to use the smartphone for any camera functions on it. So I tested it out the way I like to fly it. You may want to test it out with the smartphone yourself if you get one of these. But for me, if it has a transmitter, I'm using the transmitter. And that's just my personal preference on that one. So now let's look at the negative. Now, as you may guess, the negative is the camera here. Now, there are some positive things about this camera, and I'll let you know. Positive things is you can move the camera. It's adjustable from straight ahead to straight down. That's awesome. That's really cool. Another great thing about this camera, and I'm comparing this to other toy grade drones, is the camera itself is able to keep up with the speed of the drone. So like if the drone is, you know, flying along and it makes fast turns, a lot of times these toy grade cameras, that fast turn is a blur. And it's like the video has to catch up, the camera has to catch up to the drone. The camera's not quick enough to keep up with those fast turns. We didn't have that problem with this one. And more often than not, I find with the toy grade camera drones, you have that problem where you get a solid blur in your video. So that's actually quite a good thing about this camera. So, and that's pretty much where it ends on positives for this camera. I found the advertised quality, they're advertising as a high def camera, 720p, nowhere near that. I'm sorry, that is just a little, well, quite a bit exaggerated. But, you know what, this is a toy grade. I realize that we're not trying to claim that it's anything other than that. We know they like to exaggerate on their write-ups and their advertisements of these drones. So that's why we test them, and that's why I'm sharing this and just letting you know my findings on this. But anyways, guys, we'll leave it at that. Overall, the Aurora Q39, great drone to fly. Perfect for anywhere, honestly, from beginners to more experienced pilots. I had a great time flying it. I wish I had some more batteries for it. I only have the one battery. If I had some more batteries, I'd be ripping through a few more packs while I was out there today, guaranteed. But I'll have to look into that. I think I'll get a couple more batteries for this. But Anyways guys, let's leave it at that. Make sure you give this video a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you head out. And remember, don't be a stranger. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.